And we go
You be doing it.
Appreciate that.
I want to start off with this song because I told you that I've had it on repeat for quite some time. And Wikipedia be getting lyrics wrong.
They do. That's why I did a lyric video, because they'll say something. The whole song will be like, and I'm saying light, so you never know.
But, oh yeah, we know. No. We never know, but now that I have you here, we're gonna know because I pulled up lyrics.
Please, that's a blessing.
And I need you to, number one, tell me if they correct, but number two, tell me what they mean, because this song, for real, it's deep.
Yeah.
And I was jamming like it was trap music the first time I heard it.
Yeah.
And then the second time I heard it, I heard, a couple of things, and I was like, oh. And then the third time, I had to put my church dress on.
Yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah.
So that's why I call this outfit today my trap church outfit. I did this for Molly. This is my trap church. My trap church. So, man, about to end it.
End it, man.
What are we ending?
Whatever it is. For me, it was how I was thinking, a certain perspective, and making excuses. Like, man, I'm about to end it. Like, well, Molly, where are you? You're so talented. You're so gifted. Man, they did this. Man, this didn't work out like this or whatever. It just got to the point to where one dude said, you know what? Beep. Get out there and do what you're supposed to do. Drop the music, stop making excuses, and now here you are.
Oh, that's it right there.
So
I'm about to end blaming it on other people. I'm about to end. Okay.
Even though it actually is that, but I mean, if you have the power to overcome, then it's on you. I mean, who cares? If your team down 10, it's on you. If you it's
your team. Yeah. Man, about the business. That's pretty self-explanatory.
See what I'm saying? So about to end it, about the business, meaning there was a level from creativity that, I had to go from. It seems like everybody wants to be interested in their money, but there's so many little things that could cause you to want to give it to somebody else.
Give your money to somebody.
Not your money, but the overseeing, like the financial, if you don't really know what you're doing with something, like, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? But when you're doing something new, that's when you really got to have that relationship with God, because he's the only creator. If not, you're going to be trying to get people that never did anything new to teach you how to do something they've never done. Ooh. So God put me in place to teach them how to do what they've never done. All the people that we're going to be talking about or bragging about defied what was normal and did something that's noteworthy.
Like who?
Like everybody. Whether it's somebody who makes $4 million versus somebody who makes $400,000, we're going to talk about the $4 million based on it being labeled as successful.
Right.
So my music, the anointing, the lyrics and all that, I felt that the final touch and one thing that was lacking in the black side of believers was just flat out success. Even though we had it in Atlanta or at different types of churches, it kind of got a little sideways, kind of felt like it was a part of the game and the hustle. So now I'm not charging for the gospel. By the time I get out there and sing these R&B songs, I'm gonna let them know what it is, let them know I got the funk in me, and just kind of make it real. I'm about the business.
Yeah, okay, about the business. I'm gonna skip over, man, got me spending. I'm gonna skip over that part. And years later, boy still flicking. I think we got that. Orlando Magic got me shacked up.
Yes, Shaquille O'Neal is one of the most dominant players in Orlando. Yeah. And he used a lot of his prime years in Orlando without getting a ring with Penny Hardaway, which is how I was feeling with the team I was with.
Oh, that's good,
so I'm like,
Molly.
y'all got me, I'm the first draft pick. Y'all say I'm so talented, but we not winning. So I'm trying to find out whatever it is.
We not winning.
Yeah, so Orlando Magic got me shacked up. They're like, Molly, you the best, but why I'm not the best? You know what I mean? Then, you want to keep going?
Oh, yes, I do. Quarter gallon got me backed up.
Yeah,
Now, see, I thought you was having bowel problems. I was like, I got to get the poor baby some Pepto.
No, it was a play on just the way I was feeling. It's like I had $100 to do a $500 date. So it's like, man, I got to get all the way to LA and it take a full, gallon, full tank of gas, and I only got a quarter gallon. So I got a quarter gallon going somewhere that's much further, meaning that I'm finna enter into a faith walk. So at some point, my joint gonna be on E, and I'm still gonna be going with no money, with nothing to put in here, but I still got 20 more miles to go. So let's go.
Oh, let's go. Trap music got me masked. Are you saying masked?
Yeah.
M-A-S-K-E-D?
Yeah, mask off, mask on, mask off. It's something that,
Trap music got me masked up, and on the gas, boy still hitting.
Yes.
So what is trap music got me masked up?
Well, it's kind of like, it's the song that was kind of big maybe last year, or the year before, Mask Off.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was so popular, along with a lot of the Drake songs and stuff, that even some of the, like the Kiki Do You Love Me type thing, In My Feelings was trap based. So now just, you know, white, black, the main representation of the black sound is trap. You know, today, right now, just because of the, you know, the Atlanta vibe and the way it used to be like jazz and things associated with like technicality and intellect, you know, but now it's just kind of like not. But it's so pushed to us that I kind of like it. And a lot of people that are super talented and gifted, we're in the studio and I'm like, hey man, let's do something different. But it's so hard to get away from just the trap vibe. So being Molly Music, I'm like, can we go back and play these chords? And they just might not sit as well on the trap thing. So I'm like, man, being an artist in 2020 got me trapped up. You know what I'm saying? So it got me coming to them in a mask. You get what I'm saying? Because like, oh, that's dope. And okay, now here's the message. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, they won't take me no other way. If I kind of come with my Kirk Franklin, like, oh, here come that Christian dude, here come that gospel dude. But they like, yo, that's dope. Now I'm in the room and they like, wait, well, who are you? And then I can unpack the
And then you can take the, you're tricking people. You're out here tricking for Jesus. Yes, I like that.
I'm tricking for Jesus. No. But the salt of the earth, I've been doing it a really long time, and one of the most tricky dynamics in being a young believer in church was the evangelism dynamic. Because like, how do you get to him?
Exactly.
You know, how do you get to her, and then how do you get to her through her?
Because when you're a Christian and you're young, in particularly, it's almost like, oh, don't curse. Here come that dude right there. You know, here come our holy roller. Don't curse. Hold on.
And it's cool because that happens sometimes. Like they're like, oh man, that joint beat me. Oh, sorry, Molly. You know, and I'm like, no, I kind of want you comfortable. You get what I mean? That's kind of what makes me comfortable, to be able to just hear and be able to give too. So there was a false persona that a lot of my colleagues were wrapped up in when I first came into gospel, being 16 and 17. Being young, entering into a genre, you're just going to be real. You're going to be who you are. You don't know fake. You know, mentors and people above you try to teach you the fake. Like, hey, do your hair like this and straighten your whatever like this.
You're so right. We're taught to be fake.
Oh yeah, from the beginning. Like, you're ashamed of whatever. Don't look like you look. So I'm like, okay, so then that turned into a sense of judgment. But that little 6-year-old boy turned 16, then 26, and you can't keep him in a box forever. And at some point, what he is going to be accepted.
Like Miley Cyrus.
Like Molly Music.
Hannah Montana. Oh, okay.
But you see how she just had to let hers out because you couldn't keep her in the Disney box.
Right.
Country and that type of inspirational is like the white gospel. It's like the pressure to stay pristine, and the Justin Timberlakes and those who are really gifted have to break out just so they could say, I love you, baby. You know, so I'm grateful for it because everybody was cool with the I love you, Jesus. That's because I ain't had no baby at 16. I was a baby. By the time I came into it and grew, like I already had relations, and experiences and heartbreak that birthed songs like Still and Loved by You, and I didn't want those in the closet so you can keep listening to Yahweh.
Yeah. 2 more questions off of this, and this one only because I'm a woman. Please. So I need you to mansplain this one.
Let me know.
These women be attractive.
Yes.
40 milli be attractive?
$40 million. $40 million is so much money that I made up a word said that's attractive.
Okay, so that's a made up word. That's a creativity thing.
Because and these women be attractive is exactly what it is.
Okay.
And
well, thank you. We appreciate that.
I appreciate that. I think you guys work hard to do it. And going into it, I wanted it to be noted, and that's one of the things that's right in my way as I pass too. It's kind of like a type of interaction that you kind of got to be ready for as a man or as a woman. Anybody that's powerful, gifted, anointed, called, anybody that's singled out. If you're the last one to know who you are and what you're giving off, you're going to be fooled, and you're going to be getting up in somebody's bed, you know, that you're not even trying to be in. So me understanding that is just kind of giving it the credit. And I didn't want women wondering, does he see me? I see.
Okay.
I see you.
All right.
And I'm walking right past. You get what I'm saying? Like, only because there's so much more that, you know, that comes with it, and, you know, and the view is good. The other thing, you know, and another thing that could affect that is just the money too. You kind of got to get it. You know, you're like, hey, you look good, and she's like, how much money you got? That's true. Am I finna speak back? How much money you got? A lot. You know what I'm saying? So once she sees that, you know, it can kind of go. But you know, the money could be seductive too. So there's a beautiful connection in the connection with women that can go false. You can get too into the money. You can get too into the light. Man, just trying to teach that balance and find that balance, because you can go all in with success, but everybody gonna be cheering if I make 53 million, but not if I'm not up on my family ethics or if I'm morally off. Now it's something that goes with it, so just making everything a slow burn and not taking it too fast.
And we have to talk about this, because you had me reading the Bible.
Yes.
That's good, right?
Yes.
Apostle Paul got me seeing clear.
Yes.
When the water near,
Boy's still
the boy's
dipping.
still dipping.
Yes.
Now, Apostle Paul was pretty much credited with being the second tier Jesus. When Jesus went away, he was kind of like
upon
the
this
next
rock
Jesus.
I shall
Yes.
build my church. He said when he first met him, before he was even a disciple. So like, okay. And I believe through the studies that Christ shared specific and special things with him that he was able to unpack. There was even a specific moment in the word where it says he transfigured before maybe 4 of the 12 disciples, meaning there was some form of him that was bigger than man, that was luminant, bright, and changed them forever. And they'd be like, okay, surely you guys didn't see it, but he's the whatever. They're like, okay, I feel you. So I feel based on my relationship with Christ very young, I was able to just really get the fullness of his love. It's kind of like if you know your daddy, can't nobody talk about your daddy later on in your life. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can't change the relationship you already got established. 10 times out of 10, they talking from hurt or some consequential life that they had. But if God bless you with a good relationship, it's not your fault. So that right there is what the version that I want people to have. And I kind of keeping aside the lyrics. I've been doing this a long time, but I always would hate being the spiritual stain in a dope environment. Like where there was like a vibe or something cool. I didn't have the songs to be able to stand for what I stood for and support the people that I was with, because it was just kind of built to tear down. So I was just grateful to be able to bring all the songs together, and Let Go is the first of its kind, to be able to just say, I don't know what I'm listening to, but it's good enough now. And then now that I'm listening to it for the 20th time, I'm hearing something new, and it's making me do something more. And it's built from the front to the back to where you got to listen about 30 times.
You have to. Literally, you have to.
And you won't.
Literally.
So that means that throughout your life, as it's coming on, you'll
and
get something
And it's so dope.
new.
I want to hear it 30 or 20 times.
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I want to know what this is.
Oh, okay.
I know it's the album cover.
Yeah, it's actually the artwork
explain it to me.
It's the artwork for the Let Go
single.
Yes, and I had Shamael to do this for me, a crazy creative director on my team. We had this picture and it was good, and it looked nothing like this in the beginning.
Is this you?
Yeah, but it don't. I'm kind of transfigured like Christ was. You see what I'm saying? Thank you, God. But my mouth was closed. There was nothing on my eyes. It wasn't around here. Just kind of old picture. But I think she kind of liked it.
What's coming out of your mouth?
Well, scroll, like as I'm going, Apostle Paul got me seeing clear when the water near. Everything I'm saying, as I'm saying, is synced with the word. So it's kind of like my weapon, and like as my mouth is closed, it's whatever. But you say Molly music and scroll rolls out,
That's
and everybody
good,
can kind of read it. These are the things that's on my mind,
Because I got the magnifying thing to see if I can see on there, but I don't see what that says.
It says, watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Matthew 26:41. So it's just...
Is that your favorite scripture?
No, I just feel like it was one that we agreed that was necessary. I say in the song, oh, this my opening, release that dopamine, let down that rope for me, and Christ that hope for me, came and spoke to me, and yet you're showing me all I'm gonna need in this tempting life. So that's kind of like the whole thing that kind of, the whole conversation is to Christ, but it's kind of smooth. Right. He's such my lover and such my companion that sometimes I'm like, I could sing in a song, man, look at what's going on in the world. Isn't it crazy? I know you know it's crazy, and that'll be my lyric. And then people are like, wow, your intimacy and your lyrics are so close, but I just already walk with him. So now I have people that agree with the visuals, the video content is nuts, the live performance is up to par. There's no dynamic of the Molly Music brand that isn't ready to, do what the music does, and I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about it too. So obviously Georgia, where you're from.
Yeah, and it represents the car too, you know what I mean, which is probably gonna be a vibe that we use inside the video. Everything inside of me, like my whole filter and how I receive everything is like through church and through my relationship with Christ. Like something could be going too good with a young lady in the times that I, might be dealing with it, and I'm like, I gotta go. I don't have a reason other than I just should stop. There's no restraint in anything other than a relationship with God. You just kind of press the gas, and that gets me in trouble. It causes me to have blessings too. So the word is one thing that I got a bittersweet relationship with the word.
I think we all do, though.
I agree, because it's like working out or spa or any type of necessary doctor or, health-based thing. You appreciate it, but it's that,
but you don't really
that scary, trespassive, it's that, that work. And then one thing I know about it that's cool that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge is the willpower that it takes to actually get success, like results from it. As I train with my trainer, just for people who might not understand where I'm coming from, there's some people that want to train to say they trained, and then there's some that want their bodies to result. And the ones that are committed to their bodies actually changing can get results in 10 minutes just by tightening and doing the real work. Some people want to say, I've been there for an hour, so they find ways to cheat the time to satisfy their hearts that they've been in a workout environment.
Right there.
I've been in a workout environment, but that doesn't tell your muscles to change.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So
I get what you're saying.
I think, I don't like telling myself to change. You get what I mean? Even in my relationship with God, in my adulthood, there was a natural just extra doses of pride and like confidence in the things that's going on, making the relationship with Christ to scream even more to be dependent on him and all this different stuff like that, which is definitely hard in a modern world, social media, everything.
It's very difficult. I don't understand, like talking to you, if I can be honest, sitting here talking to you, it sounds like you got it down pat.
It's a relationship that takes a lot.
But nobody can have it down packed.
I don't think it's, I'm sure I don't have it down packed. I don't know if there's a boxing coach that have it down packed, but if he can communicate to this boxer enough, he can win a fight. And if he communicates to him enough from his expertise, he can win a championship. And until somebody comes to the level of understanding, then they are undefeated. You'll never have it all, but maybe I got more than you. Maybe I got more than this person. Maybe I got more than this person. And then once it comes together, you can bring that expertise from you applying it to your life. And I'm like, wait, you applied it to what? And what happened? And now I'm back listening like, dang, I guess it's relevant.